Hey to everyone who decided to join me during this reading. I'll move this out the way. Okay. Um, anyway, I'm glad you're here. And I just wanted to start by saying a prayer for everybody. And excuse me if I stumble over my words. I do it a lot. I'm trying to learn to have more flow in my speech. So bear with me. But I'm thankful for everybody that has decided to join me today during my reading. Everyone that has subscribed to me, everyone that is genuinely supporting me. I'm thankful for a new day. I'm thankful to Spirit and Olodumare, which is just a name for God. But I'm thankful to Olodumare for another day of breath, another day to enjoy, and another day to do my readings. I ask that the messages come clearly and concisely, so that I am able to be understood and everything is in flow. Help me, help my speech to be in flow, and continue to assist me in getting in alignment. Me and everyone else who is joining me to get into alignment with their divine purpose. Ashe. Amin. Okay, so let me just move these out the way. But this is going to be my general weekly reading, which is just going to be your soul's journey. And see what the energies are going to be like for this week. So I'm going to get one from here and one from... And please, guys, let me know if... I already see one. If you want me to leave the name of the... of the decks down in the description box, and I will. I just don't do that because no one's asked, and it saves me time. So, but I would not mind doing it at all if people were interested in that. So the first card I have is Holding Together and Difficulty in the Beginning. Okay. So already with these, it's already seeming like it sounds. Keep it together as new beginnings, as your new beginnings manifest. And by keeping it together, it's just like it says, holding together, making sure you're in alignment. Your heart and your mind are in alignment so that you're able to think clearly. The keywords that highlight to me or stand out to me on holding together: solidarity, teamwork. Solidarity and teamwork. And I want to say making a choice. And see, 8 plus 3 is 11. This is the number 8 and this is the number 3. And the number 1 has to do with new beginnings. So this is definitely about a breaking down of the old, which you may be going through a lot of tower moments this week. It'll seem like everything's falling apart. It'll seem like nothing is going right. It'll seem like you can do nothing right, but that's it. The exact opposite is what's happening. A shedding of the old has to happen to make room for the new. Just like I'm getting rid of old clothes in my closet. Clothes that don't even make sense, honestly. But to make room for new clothes to come in. So that includes people that are no longer in alignment with your purpose. All right, you are on the path to discovering who you are and what your purpose is. So people are going to fall away. People who you didn't expect to fall away. And it's going to hurt sometimes. It will. But know that it is meant to happen, and you will get through it, and you will come into alignment with people who are meant to be in your circle, who are meant to be in direct contact with you, who are meant to be in your life. Because there are going to be people who are, like I said, in alignment with your purpose and who are on a similar path as you. But they'll be difficult in the beginning because, like I said, you'll go through a lot of tower moments. And tower moments, like I said, seems like everything's falling apart. But whatever is built on weak foundation eventually will fall apart. So whatever in your life has been built on weak foundation, that was not built on solid ground or on solid foundation, it's meant to fall apart. It was meant to fall apart. It's something that will only last temporarily. All right. So allow these things to flow in. Allow these new beginnings to flow in. And like I was about to say, the number one is about new beginnings. I don't know if I'd already said that. But growing pains is one of the key words that stands out with this difficulty in the beginning. Doubts and fears. Becoming stronger. Honestly, all of them. Vulnerability, inexperience, and awkwardness. Even awkwardness stands out. Because changes can be awkward. You're trying, including, especially changes within yourself. As you are discovering the real you and who you are, it's like, wow, this person's actually pretty amazing, like pretty cool. How do I be me? How do I be like them? How do I be me? That's what it seems like in a way, but you're getting comfortable in your own skin. You're nuzzling in your own skin. You're getting comfortable in your spirit, in your energy. That's all that's happening, and everything will flow. All right, so I did want to pull from here. This is actually beautiful. I'm really excited for you guys. Oh, I already see this one. And I will have to refer to the guidebook with this deck because I love this deck. But I don't have all the cards memorized. As you can see, it still looks fairly new. So, you know what? I don't even think I shuffled that. But I mean, I was guided to these cards. So the first one I have is Ursuli Frida Dahomey. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but it's French. This one, I think I remember what it was about. Like bits and pieces. I'm gonna have to take a look at that, but I have an idea of what that's about. This is La Sirène. I'm not sure how to say that. Okay, which sounds like the siren. And ancestors. This is Judgment. Okay, so let's see what stands out as far as the book. So let's look at Ursuli. I'm gonna pause this so that I don't take up too much time. All right, so I'm gonna start with Ursuli, and this card, the divination is imaginings beyond possibility, the jolt of shattered dreams. Okay, so that rings a bell. But this is the divination alone is basically confirmation of what I was saying. The jolt of shattered dreams. So it'll seem like your dreams are like nothing's going right. It'll seem like what you thought to be your dreams. And that's another thing that has to fall apart. When it comes to a shedding, you're shedding everything. Your old way of being, your old way of thinking, your old dreams, they start to expand. They begin to evolve with you. So they have to shatter in order to be rebuilt. So you'll feel that jolt, but these new beginnings are going to be more than you could possibly have imagined. Okay, and the contemplation says, board the ship of Ursuli, stand upon its deck, and as it moves through the clouds, and deck as meaning a ship. Stand upon its deck as it moves through the clouds and into the deep astral waters of the moon. See, and the deep astral waters of the moon, that has to do with fear. Okay, as the ship moves through the deep astral waters of the moon into fear, into the unknown, sails sheer as spiderweb unfurled to the night winds. Here all is possible. Desire is answered in the telling. Deep within, it is so. That is you imagining what you used to believe to be impossible for yourself. Okay? Now, La Sirène, or the siren. Correct me if I'm saying it wrong, but don't be a dick about it. So, the divination here says, in affairs of the emotions, there is to be a bridging or a joining of elements, A marriage is the most obvious manifestation, whether the elements of the marriage are two people or a bringing together of ways in which the world is being perceived. The siren song of deception, causing one to forget his or her will. Okay, now I remember what sirens kind of are in a way. I don't know what type of mythology they come from, but sirens are basically mermaids that are supposed to have a beautiful song that only captains or pirates can hear, things like that, or whoever's on the sea hears, and it's supposed to lure men in as they are lured into their death. But and it's supposed to be like this hypnotizing song. But anyway, but I just wanted to say that basically. But this is the siren song of deception, causing one to forget his or her will. Immediately I get listening to the purpose that other people have for you. Okay? People telling you this is what you are meant to do. You should have done this. You need to do that. You know, it's good to have someone that you trust to listen to you, that you trust to hear you out, that you trust knows you, you know, that you can confide in about your deepest secrets, those things like that. And that you trust to give you honest and constructive criticism, not just criticism, constructive criticism, criticism that you can use to your benefit, criticism that you learn from, criticism that is constructive. This is also about it says a bridging and a joining of elements. So I said earlier on in the reading, making sure your mind and heart are connected and in alignment, that they're in harmony, so that your thoughts, your emotions, the guidance that you receive, you know, the lessons that you learn, so that everything flows, so that everything that is happening flows, you know, and you are able to get into a mode of trust. Okay. There was something else about the Urzuli. There's a lot about emotions that are coming through with both of these cards. Emotional connections. I did mention before that you would come across people who are on a similar path and journey as you. Making these connections, okay, establishing these connections. Like I said, allowing everything to flow, the connections that come to you, allowing those to flow, and whatever falls away, allowing that to fall away. And then this card, ancestors. Let's see. Which is, like I said, judgment. It says final judgment, an understanding of the worth and meaning of one's actions within the context of the procession of life. Okay, the worth and meaning of your actions within the context of the procession of your life, the progress of your life. Growth, you know, growth also has to do with, I said before, when it comes to that shedding, the deaths, that's what it is. A shedding is also a death and transformation, a metamorphosis, a death of the old and a birth of the new, which is why there's a child here, okay? And an egg. Egg is incubation. Before the egg hatches, the child or whatever is within the egg needs to incubate, needs to grow, okay? Needs good nutrients, needs balance, stability. But the procession of life, so the way you think, the way you dream, the way you imagine, the way you move, that also grows. Okay, so this week has to do with a lot of growth, and I just realized that both of these numbers are sevens, and sevens do have to do with spirituality, spiritual growth, soul connections. Yeah, it's a very spiritual number. And I'm not that savvy in numerology, so take it easy on the questions if you have any. But Also with this saying ancestors like this, I did say connections. Make sure you're connecting with your ancestors, with spirit, with God, Olodumare, okay? That as you connect with yourself, you connect with your past, okay? Your ancestral past, and vice versa. As you connect with your ancestral path, you connect with yourself. All right, so make sure that's something that you keep in mind. All right, so I'm going to, let me get a little bit of tarot, or a little bit more tarot. What else? I have 5 more minutes, so let's see. Okay, so I wasn't going to take it, but I got the Empress, I got Justice with, which is the big queen there. I like that. I love this. The Empress with Justice, and the Ace of Pentacles, which is new beginnings in your physical world. All right. So new beginnings in your physical world, but there will be difficulty in the beginning. In the beginning. Just in the beginning. Okay. That will be your growing pains. Death is, I mean, I've never died before, obviously, but, you know, I imagine not to be painful physically, emotionally, you know, like it's also, death also has to do with detachment. You know, whatever you are really attached to, we all have to learn detachment at some point so that we are able to see things as they are clearly, so that we don't just react and respond out of emotion. You know, does not mean to numb yourself. It does not mean ignore your emotions. That's the opposite of what you need to do. You know, it's just getting in tune with yourself and in tune with your emotions. All right. This Justice is also about balance. So really, this week has a lot to do with balance and soul connections, connecting with yourself, and new beginnings. So it may be difficult in the beginning for you guys, but trust and believe this is facilitating your new beginnings, a new life for you. You are divinely protected. You are divinely loved. So if you guys have any questions about my booking a personal reading with me, please let me know either in my email or through private messaging, because I'm going to be posting this on Instagram and things like that. Thank you guys for joining me, and have a beautiful rest of the day, afternoon, night, morning, wherever you are. I love you guys. Mwah.